YouTubers, what is going on? This is the Club with the Man 1993 back at you up here again, and I've wanted to get this video out for a while, but with me being out of town recently and just other stuff I've been trying to get accomplished, I haven't been able to do so. But this is my late thoughts when I get out here talking some baseball now. Of course, I still need to do my preseason predictions for Major League Baseball season 2019. I gotta get some more baseball content out there as always, besides my video games. But this is my thoughts, of course, on the recent big signings of the two biggest free agents this offseason, Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. So I believe either the day I left for vacation or one of the days of that week that I left for vacation was when Manny Machado finalized a deal signing with the San Diego Padres. I believe it was an 8-year, $300 million deal. Not sure if he will play third base or shortstop. He had been bouncing back and forth his last few years with the Orioles between positions, and of course also he seemed to stick to just shortstop when he came over to the Dodgers at the All-Star break last season. But again, the only reason why the Dodgers brought him over was because they needed a suitable replacement for Corey Seager, who went down earlier in the year with Tommy John injury. So he should be back healthy this year. Hopefully Corey Seager has the MVP caliber season I thought he was going to have last year before he got injured. But as far as Manny Machado, though, going to the Padres, though, a bit surprised, I gotta say. I was expecting, if someone was going to sign like Manny Machado, I feel like it'd be somebody like maybe like the Phillies or the Mets, even though the Mets probably have that spot filled with Todd Frazier and Wilmer Flores. I was trying to think who else I really want to see. I mean, of course, the Nationals, have Trey Turner in the infield and then Anthony Rendon, and they signed Brian Dozier over the offseason. I wouldn't say them. Cardinals? Nah, I don't think the Cardinals would have room for him. Or, of course, for a while, I heard rumors of him going to the White Sox. Also, I heard rumors, which I'm surprised that the White Sox didn't grab him there. But I guess the Padres is a little bit of a surprise team for me because last offseason, their big offseason acquisition was Eric Hosmer. They signed him for an 8-year deal. Of course, they have Will Myers as well. But other than that, every time the Padres come to town here in Pittsburgh, I always feel that, there's always a whole new team here around the veterans, basically. So I feel like, if like a team was going to that was like close to breaking up and need like that one more big bat to help them, I guess I wasn't seeing the Padres. But again, last year they got Eric Hosmer. This year they got Manny Machado. Pitching maybe could be bolstered up a little bit, but we'll see which one this goes. I guess that was a little surprise. The money I think works great is deserving for Machado. Again, he's had several 30-homer seasons already. Probably around a 270, 290 hitter, basically. Of course, he hit 259 in 2017, but he got up to like 297 last year in a season split with the Orioles and Dodgers, where he hit a career high. I think it was a career high or close to a career high of 37 home runs. So the bat is there. The fielding and stuff is there, definitely great acquisition. It's just I thought maybe team like the Phillies maybe. Well, then again, the Phillies have Maikel Franco, and then of course they got Gene Segura from the Mariners this offseason, which we'll be talking about the Phillies though in just a second. So definitely a surprise there. I thought he'd go to another team. I did expect him to go back to the Dodgers though again because he was only there just to replace Corey Seager, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to replace Justin Turner. And I don't think there's any plans to move him to second base. They do have like Alex Guerrero, I think it is, or Chris Taylor also, where he's going to play this season. Of course, we'll talk about, that briefly because, we'll be talking about the Dodgers briefly because of another name I'm going to mention here in this video. But, so yeah, Manny Machado's a Dodger. Okay, I mean, a Padre. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure that there was a portion there where he could have do a buyout or so. Or not buyout, he can opt out of the contract after so many years, though, if that was the case. So then the second person, of course, I want to talk about, the biggest name going into this offseason was Bryce Harper. And Bryce Harper signed with the Phillies. Of course, when Bryce Harper was testing free agency, everybody thought he was going to the Yankees. But apparently, the Yankees are so stacked with outfielders right now that the only option for him was to either DH or first base. But I don't think that was going to work out. I mean, yeah, they have Greg Bird, their upcoming star for first base, but all he does is get injured when he's healthy. He hasn't really produced well, unfortunately. But, of course, when healthy and on track, Greg Bird definitely will be an awesome player, I gotta say. Maybe a little too late for that at this point, but who knows. But I really thought Harper, though, was going to go to the Dodgers after the Dodgers traded Matt Kemp and Yasiel Puig, two veterans who are obviously near the end of their contracts. I still get surprised they went to the Reds also because, again, a team that's not really going to be contending this year because, again, they're still young. I keep thinking their pitching's about to break out, but unfortunately, it has not happened yet. And it's like, I don't know, again, the National League Central is going to be tough this year with, the Cardinals getting Goldschmidt, a couple other big names. Of course, the Cubs are still going to be great, and, the Brewers are, now a team to beat also, too, which I give them the credit also as well. And they're still going to be a pretty tough team as well. But, so I thought Herbert of Bryce Harper go to the Cubs, White Sox for him. Apparently, also, he was in serious talks with the Giants towards the end. But he goes to the Phillies. Division rivals, with the Nationals, of course, a team he had, started out with for the first 7 years of his career. 13 years, $330 million. So looking at that, you can kind of say Manny Machado, if he signed a 13-year deal, he probably would have been on pace to, make a little bit more than that with him, again, 8 years and $300 million. But this one is 13 years, $330 million for Bryce Harper. Now, first, some of the money portion. Again, I like Bryce Harper. I definitely was, excited for him when he first came to Major League Baseball. I definitely, was interested in seeing him being a young, talented five-tool player. Well, for the most part, five-tool player that he was. Gotta be real, though. I kind of feel the same way about this contract I felt when Giancarlo Stanton first signed his 13-year deal a couple years ago with the Marlins. Of course, that's when he took off and had a 59-homer season. Hit 38 homers this past year with the Yankees, which was good, but at the time, I felt it was just too soon for Stan to be signing that lucrative of a deal that he signed because he had too many injury-plagued seasons, I felt. And he hadn't really proved him so much healthy yet, what he can do in a healthy season yet. And, why would someone who only plays, 100 games a season, be making, $300 million? Bryce Harper, out of his 7 seasons, I think 3 of them he was injury-plagued, I think. And the only really good season he's really had, the stellar season he's had was his 2015 MVP season when he hit 330 with 42 homers and 99 RBIs, which the RBI total could have been a little bit higher, I felt, for, a power hitter like him. But he still, the following year he only went like 235, I think, with 24 homers and 86 RBIs. It's feeling like more just just an average, power hitter rather than, a solid power hitter, basically. And then, of course, 2017, I think he had 29 homers, drove an 87, hit 319. He was on his verge of going on to another MVP caliber season, no doubt about it. But then he got injured again. And then, of course, his second and third year in the majors, he was injured. First season, not bad for rookie year, but obviously, he had room to improve. He was just getting his feet wet in the major leagues. And then last year, he hit 34 homers, drove in 100 RBIs on a healthy season, but he hit just 249. So I feel like, maybe the money was a little too high for Harper. I mean, I get it, though. Well, here's the thing, though. I felt maybe Harper should have had, made not as much. Because, A.J. Pollock, because, again, I really thought that the Dodgers were going to get Bryce Harper after they got rid of Kemp and Puig. But instead, they signed A.J. Pollock, which was a 5-year, $60 million deal. Which, and in hindsight also, A.J. Pollock has not always been an everyday player, but he's also had his fair share of injuries over the past couple years also. So, you know what? They didn't give him the most lucrative amount of deal because he's not as reliable, basically. But then again, think about this. A.J. Pollock is 31. Bryce Harper is 26. He still has time to develop. I still feel Bryce Harper. So that could be the case. But I mean, either way, it's still a great acquisition for the Phillies. And the Phillies have had one of the better offseasons for sure out of most teams in the majors. They got Harper. They got Gene Segura. They got JT Real Muto. And they also signed my former, MVP, Andrew McCutchen as well. So the Phillies, I feel, with their young pitching and some 4 big bats added to their lineup, I really feel they could actually make a statement for themselves in the National League East. I mean, the Nationals, got Patrick Corbin, I believe they did, and they got Brian Dozier. So, they still have a shot to, contend in the National League East. But, of course, the Mets got some big names also, adding Robbie Cano, and Edwin Diaz also from the Mariners, and a couple other names also. So I feel like, the National League East can be another pretty tough division. And, of course, then there's the Braves also, who have, a lot of, the young talent and, the veterans mixed in as well. And of course, the Marlins, they're not contending anytime soon. So I feel like the National League East can be pretty tough this year for sure, I gotta say. So I'll say more at the for my prediction, but that's my thoughts I want to get out there for the signs of the 2 biggest names this offseason on the free agent market, Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. Didn't go where I thought they were going to end up at the beginning of this offseason, but, still cool with me. We'll see where it goes for them this season. So, guys, what are your thoughts on the signings of Manny Machado and Bryce Harper this offseason? Leave thoughts down in the comment section below. I'll try to be live sometime next week to give my predictions for this 2019 Major League Baseball season, and I will try to get more baseball content out as well to definitely get that more rolling on my channel as well. So, guys, slap a like on the video, subscribe our content, comment channel. You may follow me on Twitter as well at @TheMannyRyan3. And guys, I'll see you all later. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your day, and peace out, everybody.